Hello, how you doing? And welcome to another edition of Video Soul. I'm Donnie Simpson. We've got some great stuff planned for you today. Quite a lineup of music videos. We've got, on today's show, we've got videos from, well, one serious video that I'm really anxious to see. I haven't seen it yet. I don't think you have either. It is Quincy Jones. And that's the ballad from the album that everyone's talking about with Barry White and Al B. Sure and El DeBarge. Bad. Secret Garden. We're going to have that on today's Video Soul. We'll also have Bobby Womack Save the Children, and we'll have Cold Cut, we'll have Full Force, Friends Before Lovers, and joining us as our guest today on Video Soul will be Betty Wright. She's going to be in just a few minutes, as a matter of fact. And then later on, we're going to hook up with London. We're going to talk to Lisa Stansfield. She's brand new on the scene, doing very well in London already, and her record looks like it's going to be a smash here in the United States as well. And we're going to talk to her via satellite later on Video Soul. We'll be back to kick all this off in just a couple of minutes. Don't go away. It's going to be nice. Welcome back to Video Soul. I'm Donnie Simpson. When Quincy Jones' new album hit the streets about 2 months ago, I knew it was going to be a smash. I guess everyone knew that. It doesn't take an Einstein to figure this one out. I mean, it's Quincy, first of all, and then when you look at the list of people on the album, everyone from Kool Moe Dee to Ella Fitzgerald to new artists like Tevin Campbell, hit, no doubt about it. Anyway, this album has already hit its #1 for the 3rd straight week, as a matter of fact, on all the charts. Quincy, by the way, is up or will receive the Heritage Award at the 4th Annual Soul Train Award. Here's a second release from that album. It is called Secret Garden. Looking too good. Betty Wright's our guest today on Video Soul. We'll be back with her in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Video Soul. I'm Donnie Simpson. That song was a smash. Sold 4 million copies. That was back in 1971. Cleanup Woman, Betty Wright. To this day, they still call her the cleanup woman sometimes. And I'm sure she's probably tired of that after 19 years. But please help me welcome to Video Soul, Betty Wright.
It's great being here.
It's good to have you.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to talk about how long I've known you now. We go back a long way.
Tell your age.
Well, yeah, well, let's just leave it at that then. But actually, before that song.
Long time before Cleanup Woman.
I just told it.
Long time.
Yeah, what the heck.
Yeah.
But Cleanup Woman was such a smash. You get tired of people calling you the Cleanup Woman?
I used to, but I think it's pretty hip because when I hear a lot of the music today, it sounds so much like that. But that's better than being called Pain. I mean, if they start calling you after your last hit, but it's okay.
But it's pretty amazing when you think about it that here's a song that was recorded 19 years ago,
right? And
people never forgot it, and they still refer to you as that.
It's still one of the hottest songs on the show, and it's been gold again on the Platinum album. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're also doing a 1990 live version that we did in England, and I think it's going to do it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So when was this? When did you record it?
Just November.
In England?
Yes,
so
at the Hammersmith.
Oh, at Hammersmith Odeon, which is a wonderful place to play.
Beautiful place.
Yeah. Were they playing the record? A lot of times in Europe, they play songs that are real old, and you see them on the current charts.
Right. Well, what happened was I have a #1 single in England called Keep Love New, which did nothing in America, but it ended up being #1 there because they're like really black music aficionados.
Yeah.
They love black music and they really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So it only enhances it that they start playing all your old material and they bring it right up to date. And we ended up having a #1 album, #1 single, and henceforth the tour.
Yeah. That is fascinating, isn't it? I mean, when you record something that's so old and then they'll bring it back. Right. I remember like seeing on the chart last year, Whispers by Jackie Wilson went top 5 in England. You know, and it happens all the time.
We should really take heed to what's happening over there, because they're more into us than we are into us, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's...
And I didn't say that to be vague. I mean it just the way it sounded, you know. Unfortunately, some of us have opted not to be black. And it has really crushed the children because they don't really learn who their legends are. They sample their music. They got it in rap music. They got James Brown all day long. And some of them couldn't tell you a whole James Brown song.
Yeah.
Right?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be too hard, because all he'd have to do is say, ain't it funky now?
Right?
That's the whole lyric.
But I mean, no, you know, some of his songs, even though they're funny, if you really listen to it, it makes a lot of sense. Even though it's real short, it's said in common words that a common man could understand. And that's when you really are brilliant, that you can talk to a common man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You know, something else, I've been, B.B. King was on the show last week, and this made me think about it, how you're talking about how England embraces black music more so than American black people sometimes, music of our past. And blues is so interesting to me that when you go see a B.B. King, you don't see many black faces in the audience. You know, it's like we are, it's almost as if we are ashamed of that, of that type of music, you know.
We do a
Maybe
festival.
I shouldn't say that, but we don't, you know, you don't hear it on the radio. No one plays it as oldies or anything. You just...
Colleges love it, and like I said, sad to say, we do this blues festival down in Mississippi called the Delta Blues Festival every year, and out of 50,000 people, you might have 40,000, maybe 45,000 white people. They love that music, and I guess when we listen to the blues, sometimes it makes us think of hard times, and we want to be the elite fleet now. We don't want to think about before we had caviar. We don't want to think about the chitlin days, you know. We want to think about everything is hunky-dory now, you know, everybody's cool and got 3 square meals a day. So maybe they don't want it, to hear the music because it reminds them of a bad time. But I think if you don't teach the children today, you know, where we came from, then they won't appreciate what they get.
Yeah.
If they become stars overnight, they don't understand how we used to have to dress in our cars and inside of bathrooms and come through the back door to sing to people and perform to people and still have to eat outside, couldn't eat in the same venue that you performed in. I mean, they really won't appreciate what they're getting.
You missed all of that yourself, though.
No, I did not, because I caught the tail end, being that I'm from the South. I worked in a lot of places that still had colored and white drinking fountains, colored and white bathrooms. Wow. I caught the end of it.
Okay. I'm going to take a look at Betty Wright in video now. This is No Pain, No Gain on videos. Guest, again, is Betty Wright. Now, No Pain, No Gain, you hit this note near the end of this song that's like out of this world. It's like off the piano.
It's actually my laugh note. I discovered it one day playing with my kids, and I went, ah, you know, and I was like, but I started doing it as a joke, and I started realizing that I had total control of it. So henceforth, the little endings, and they work when nothing else will. When you get those real singers on the shows, you know, you just have a little trick in the bag waiting on me.
And you see, when you went to England, they didn't believe it.
Right, no, they always say, what about that lift in your voice? Is that your voice? It's a synthesizer, right? They would, you know, they wouldn't believe it. So I just went up in this guy's face one day and went, you know, and he's like, okay. Because if you get really, if you get really, when the adrenaline is flowing, it gets higher and higher. I mean, like, sometimes I'm off the piano.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, that's something. I understand that you actually worked with Janet Jackson when she was very young.
Yeah, I worked with Janet and Rebe and LaToya. And don't look at me funny.
Why?
Because every time I hear our late night talk hostess.
Well, this is not Arsenio.
Yeah, right. When he says no, every time I hear him say try voice lessons, I say, well, I tried, you know. But
well, we should get Arsenio. If you're watching, you need to get Betty Wright on,
please,
so she can tell what happened.
No, but I really did. I worked with the Jackson girls and Rebe especially. But I remember distinctly one day. Janet is very, very polite, and Michael evidently was standing behind me because I was at the piano and I was going over an old Barbara Mason song, Yes, I'm Ready. Ooh, and it was like a little vocal exercise for her. And he was having her so hysterical, dancing behind her while she was trying to sing. And I kept saying, why aren't you focusing? Why isn't your attention on what you're doing? And she says, you don't see what he's doing. And there was like a mirror. This is just before they did the house over, but out of the side of the mirror, I could see that he's doing all kind of little dances. And when I look, he'd be just like this. He would be doing anything, right? Not guilty. And she would never ask, like, stop the lesson and ask for permission. She, instead of saying words, she would say, I have got to go to the bathroom. You know?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, I'm ready. Yeah, but they were very attentive students. Well, their mother is very, you know, attentive to them, and they're very kind, and the whole family. They're just a pleasure to work with. And Marlon, you know, of course, produced an album on me back in '83.
Oh, is that? No,
yeah, I
worked
with the whole family. Jermaine, as a matter of fact, thanks me on this particular album. We had done a lot of talking and soul searching during a very trying period in his life. Yeah. And the Lord has really blessed him with that Don't Take It Personal. I love that song.
It's a great song.
Yes,
it's done very well for him, obviously.
Yes.
#1 song.
Yes.
You have a studio in your home now?
I opened a recording studio along with my husband, who wrote Buffalo Soldier. We were talking about him earlier with one of your girls here, because she was in there humming that song, and I said, my husband wrote that.
Really?
We call it Miracle on 38th Street, because it's in the heart of this serious ghetto where I live. And which gives me more of a feel for my music. I don't think I would make a difference on Miami Beach, but I make a difference where I live.
Well, that's great.
And the music comes out nice and black. It's so black till it's blue. It's wonderful.
Blue black.
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah. But we got some great artists coming out. I've been producing a girl by the name of Anita Faye that I think is just the world's best kept secret. She's bad. Carl Ramsey, who we always tell him he sounds like Luther, and he'll go, no, I'm not Luther. I said, see, you just proved it now, you know. But we've got lots of up-and-coming artists. I have some teenagers that rap, sing. Ellison Kendricks, who is a dancer, singer. I have a girl, Mishua, who is one of the most incredible writers, and she's about 19 or 20 years old. But her songs, and you know, I like real songwriters like Bobby Womack.
Yeah.
You know, so when I say a new artist is a writer, they have to really write to impress me. So we got some up and coming people. Yeah, well, Aisha is now 13, and Aisha will be coming out shortly with her first single. We did a single together, the first mother-daughter rap, Why Mama Why, which today I saw Drew Barrymore on talking about her addiction to alcohol. And when I listened to it, I said, this song should really go out and teach parents that you don't let your children teach you first. You teach them so that you won't have to go through the perils of saying, well, I wish I would have watched my daughter more closely. I wish I would have paid closer attention to her friends. You know, be the mama. You the mama, be the mama.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm
Play
saying? You got to be the daughter, or you got to be the son. Why are you the son?
Yeah.
I used to be the daughter. I used to be the son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And just take control over your children again so that they will stop taking control over you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're great.
Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Good being here.
We're out of time, but you make all this, your hat, your gloves, all this jewelry and stuff?
This is a piece of conch shell and an old earring that broke, and I was mad, so I was determined to get my money's worth out of it. And another old earring and all kinds of stuff.
And the stuff we see you in the videos, you make all that stuff too?
Yeah, the hat from the No Pain, No Gain video, yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us
Great
today,
being
Betty.
here.
Really,
God
it's great to
bless
see
you.
you again. God bless you too. Betty Wright, our guest today on the Video Soul. I'm going to take a look at her latest now. This one's called We Down.